Every single sunrise writes the same twist in the global scoreboard. A microscopic slice of people, barely 1%, keep walking off with the medals, promotions, and market share, while the rest of us rub sleep from our eyes. Why? Harvard Business Review recently clocked a shocking pattern. 9 deliberate minutes in the morning separate elite producers from average performers. Rumors even suggest Jeff Bezos schedules his highest IQ choices before the coffee finishes brewing, while Elon Musk is said to sketch first principle scribbles in a notebook before most alarms fire. If that sounds superhuman, relax. The difference isn't genetics, it's habit architecture. Strip away the branding, and victorious men repeat 5 tiny daily moves. The public either ignores or procrastinates into oblivion. Nail these 5, and you quietly compound an edge so ruthless Monday can't tell you from a Fortune 500 CEO. Miss them, and you'll keep refreshing social feeds watching someone else cash your potential. Ready? The first move happens before your phone even lights up. The alarm buzzes. Average men negotiate with the snooze button. Winners treat those 60 minutes like a launch pad. They don't stumble through toothpaste commercial routines, they run a playbook. First, a micro-planning sprint. Calendar open, 3 outcomes written by hand. 1 goes in bold. Today's single non-negotiable victory. University of Exeter researchers analyzed 1,200 executives and discovered that simply scripting tomorrow before bed and revisiting it at dawn produces a 15% productivity surge across the quarter. No fancy notebooks required, just clarity before inputs. Of course, the internet loves to argue. The number 4 AM Club swears by Spartan wake-ups, while critics call it toxic hustle theater. Reports claim Tim Cook's 3:45 routine sparks more burnout memes than measurable gains. Truth is, the exact timestamp doesn't crown winners, intention does. Kobe Bryant famously texted teammates for 4 AM workouts, legendary if you're chasing an NBA ring, pointless if you code software at noon. What matters is beating the world to your own priorities. As neuroscientist Dr. Andrew Huberman puts it, your frontal cortex needs direction before the world bombards it with requests. So place your phone face down, breathe for 60 seconds, and script the day like a strategist, not a firefighter. But a planned morning means nothing if your brain chemistry gets hijacked before breakfast. Picture dopamine as the nightclub bouncer for motivation. Let every random stimulus cut the line, and the VIP room, your focus, gets packed with noise. Men who win install velvet ropes. For the first 90 minutes, they outlaw doom scrolling, email roulette, and breaking news frenzies. Some even shower cold, not for macho bragging rights, but to trigger norepinephrine spikes that sharpen alertness without feeding the quick-hit reward loop. A 2024 Journal of Behavioral Neuroscience review indicates that 7 days of digital fasting in the morning restores striatal dopamine receptors, resetting the brain's hunger for deep work. Social media naturally fired back. Comment threads called dopamine detox pseudoscience, and neuroscientist Dr. Tara Swart warns that total abstinence oversimplifies human wiring. Fair. That's why winners customize. Maybe it's one low-stimulation walk before screens. Maybe it's airplane mode until your non-negotiable task is done. Rumors suggest Andrew Huberman's now viral protocol began after a leaked Stanford lab notebook listed his personal phone-free windows. Verified or not, the core stays solid. Control inputs, reclaim chemistry. Once the noise dies down and your mental arena is quiet, the champions feed it premium fuel. Scroll fatigue steals decades. Targeted learning steals them back. Victorious men schedule a daily 30-minute learning sprint, the way others book haircuts. Audiobooks at 1.75 speed during a commute, Mandarin flashcards between sets at the gym, or a tight market summary email before the first meeting. Format doesn't matter. Frequency does. The payoff stacks. LinkedIn Learning's 2025 Workplace Upskill Report tracked 11,000 employees and found that those who consumed at least 8 micro-lessons per week earned 21% more over 5 years than their peers. That's a mortgage payment just for staying curious. Bill Gates supposedly lugs a Think Week tote filled with 50 white papers into a forest cabin twice a year. Some insiders claim the number's inflated. Others whisper it's closer to 70. Either way, the principle echoes. build daily data deposits, watch interest compound. Yet the learning economy has its dark alleys. AI course mills now crank out recycled modules, and unverified influencers flash bogus completion certificates for clout. Winners vet sources, collect insights, and, most critically, deploy them. Because knowledge without application is just trivia night flexing. So once you've loaded the brain, it's time to burn that fuel in focused execution. Take a stopwatch, pick the single task that best moves your life's scoreboard, and disappear. That's monk mode. 90 minutes, maybe 120 if the flow feels nuclear. Doors shut, notifications silenced, playlist looping brown noise. Florida State's 2023 Deep Work Study tied this ritual to a 400% spike in high-quality output across programmers, writers, and analysts. Elon Musk reportedly bans PowerPoint during SpaceX engineering war rooms to force engineers into whiteboard clarity, an unverified legend that still reads like truth because the method works. Strip distractions, amplify reasoning. Critics argue monk mode is fantasy for new dads or emergency room nurses. Fair pushback, so winners shrink the window. 2 30-minute mini monk slots can still outgun 6 hours of tab hopping. Schedule the sprint right after microlearning, and you've stacked synergy. Fresh knowledge instantly forging real-world gains. When the timer buzzes, move, hydrate, breathe. The mind resets. But before you log off for the day, there's one last deposit champions never skip. Networks aren't built in panic bursts. They're woven one polite favor at a time. Top performers send a single value-first message every day. A thank you note to a mentor, a quick article that solves a friend's problem, a public shout-out spotlighting someone else's win. Wharton's 2024 Gratitude Effects Study tracked 650 managers and found that those who wrote one brief appreciation email each workday were 30% more likely to land promotions inside 2 years. Legends swirl around Warren Buffett's handwritten notes. Berkshire offices neither confirm nor deny the volume. But ex-interns swear the Oracle of Omaha drafts them weekly, fountain pen gleaming. Skeptics roll their eyes, calling constant outreach performative. The data begs to differ. Reciprocity bias is real, and sincerity outscores slick self-promotion 10 times out of 10. Here's the twist. This habit isn't networking, it's compound interest in human form. One day you'll need a referral, a hard truth, or a safety net. The daily deposit makes that ask feel like a reunion, not a withdrawal. Stack it right after monk mode, and you end daylight hours having advanced projects and deepened alliances. But what happens when you string all 5 habits together, day after day? Something uncanny. Plan, protect, learn, lock in, connect. That's it. 5 moves that look too small to matter until they collide inside a calendar. Picture yourself 1 year from tonight. 365 miniature wins in the first hour, a dopamine gate that turns cheap distraction into white noise. 180 hours of fresh knowledge surgically injected into peak projects. 200+ deep work sprints carving intellectual assets. And a living web of allies who answer your call on the first ring. Does that version of you even recognize today's avatar scrolling past opportunities? Here's the dare. Test the entire stack tomorrow. Set one intentional outcome at dawn and defend your chemistry like a vault. Feed your brain half an hour of sharpened insight, aim it through monk mode at something that actually moves revenue, and close by gifting value to another human. Then report back. Which habit surprised you? Which felt uncomfortable? Which instantly paid rent in momentum? Drop it in the comments. Your experience might flip the switch for someone else, and subscribe to not miss any other video to help you be better. Because in the end, winners aren't born. They're built, one deliberate day at a time. And the next 24 hours are already ticking.